If you have tried to learn singing on your own with not really good results, then this video is for you. So I will explain today how can you increase your own feedback when you are practicing so you know if an exercise is working or not. One of the most common mistakes that people make when they try to learn singing on your own with only YouTube videos is that they think that it's just a matter of repeating exercises. And it never goes well, because if you just repeat exercises, you can be doing them in a lot of different ways. There is not only one way to, for example, doing lectures. You can do them in a way that help you or in a way that actually harm your voice. And that is why you actually need to have a strategy if you're learning from YouTube or online courses. If you are a singing student, whether you are learning on your own or not, you need to increase the awareness of your own instrument. So if you are interested in knowing whether an exercise is helping you or not, then keep watching until the end, because I'm going to give you some tips that you're not going to find everywhere. When you are practicing an exercise, any exercise, let's say that you are looking at lectures or any vowel sound or any vocal exercise, there are things that can tell you if your body likes those exercises or not, or if it is actually increasing your alarm system. Okay, so there are 3 components of good action when singing that I'm going to share with you today. Now, these components of good action are not only good for when you're singing, but just in general. You know that you are using the body efficiently in any given moment if you can check that you are active in these 3 components. So the first one is the flow of breath. What do I mean by this? So in a previous video, I tell you a little bit about the difference between the high pressure system and the low pressure system, and how to invite the low pressure system for singing and why is it more efficient and safer as well. I'm gonna leave a link in the description for you to watch if you haven't already. If you are holding your breath, you are starting to activate that high pressure system. And so if you are doing an exercise and you just observe yourself and find out whether you are holding the breath before singing or not. So for example, if I am doing, let's say, lecturals, an exercise that a lot of us practice, if I was gonna do it by holding my breath right before singing, it will sound like this. So I can still do lecturals, but they are not helping me at all. Okay, so ideally, if an exercise is helping you, you are going to feel that you are breathing in, and then you can sing right away without holding the breath in between, like this. It's much less pressure, it's easier to sing, and it's much more gentle in my voice. You can apply that to any exercise. The second component of good action in singing is, can you have your head suspended when you're singing? Let's say that you're practicing a song or an exercise, just anything, and with your voice. So if when you sing it, you need to hold your head still and stiff, then there is something that you need to change. Let's say I am practicing again my lecturals. I'm gonna go away from the mic. And my head's like this. Again, I am doing the lecturals, but they are definitely not helping me because my head is still, also my jaw is stiff, and just the whole system is organizing in a different way for me to sing, and that has a very, very big impact. So always remember that just because you're doing an exercise, it doesn't mean it is helping you, because you can organize yourself in many different ways for you to produce that sound. Now, how do we do it efficiently? That is what we need to train when we sing. When coming back to the examples of the lecturals, if I was singing them in a way that was helping me, I would be able to move my head around without moving my shoulders around with me, like this. Now you can apply that as well to any song you want or any vocal exercise. If you can do it by moving the head around, then that is probably better than if you can't. If you try to sing it and the only way you can move your head is by moving everything, or if you are trying your exercise and you need to move with the melody like this, then also there is something to adjust. Okay, the third component of a good action when singing is the freedom of your spine. Now, this one is very important. Many of us, when we sing, we tend to sort of sit a little bit too much in the heels, like this. So right now my body weight is in my heels, and as a result, my spine is pretty locked. Now, if I try to sing something and I find myself doing this movement, the brain probably perceives it as dead because you are moving back. So when every time you do a movement back, it can likely be that your whole system is interpreting fear because you're ready to escape, right? All right, so that happens when you sing as well. And it doesn't matter if you are aware of it or not. If you tell your brain with your movements, fear, that's what you're going to be releasing. And any vocal exercise you do is not going to be as effective. So what you need to do when you're doing a vocal exercise or a song, just observe. Are you able to sing it while moving the spine freely like this? Okay, so the spine, vertebrae. If my body weight is back, then they kind of shorten at the back, is locked, and I can't quite do that movement, right? If I come a little bit more to the middle and I release my joints a little bit, then that is easier and I can sing. Let's see if I can sing my left shots from here. All right, that's nice and easy. But if I were to lock my spine, again, I can already feel how my jaw starts locking and it just doesn't feel quite right. So as I said, you can apply this exercise to any song or vocal exercise you are doing to make sure that you are doing it in a way that is actually helping your voice and not being a neutral exercise or even a harmful exercise for your voice. Alright, so I have exciting news. If you like this video and my way of working, I am just about to release an online subscription from which you can learn singing with me. And it's going to be great. It has a lot of videos, it has a lot of coaching calls every week, and masterclasses every month. So if you are interested in learning to sing from scratch, from a method that integrates mind, body, and breath embodies, then this one is the one for you. All right, I'll see you next week.